perfect.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, let's announcement. Okay, there we go. So are you guys ready to start?
Let's do it.
Hopefully you are. Cool. I'm gonna share my screen so that we can see something. Okay. There we go. Let me know if you can see my screen. You should see project metrics on CNCF's website.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So thanks everyone for joining. In this meeting, more or less, we're just gonna go and triage the requirements for graduating CNC incubation to graduation, as pointed out here. The main idea is to not solve those issues that may arise unless they're like super easy to do, but mainly to just basically see what is already done, what has to be done, where we are with certain things, or just to put simply to interpret the actual requirements, because as you will see, they're very vague sometimes. So we'll also take a look at references from other projects, how they did it, because if you just say document stuff for your contributors, it may mean different things for different people, right? So that's the main idea. First, I'm going to try to do my best at explaining to you the actual CNC graduation process as far as I understand it, and as far as I can read up on it on available sources online. And after we do that, and hopefully all of you have a pretty good idea on how to actually graduate CNCF, we'll move forward to this Excel sheet here, which has the criteria kind of transcribed, I would say, into a fairly easy to edit spreadsheet. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so the best place to start, I guess, is here. So that is the project metrics. This page here, which I'm going to link again in our chat here, so you guys can also open it up if you'd like to, is really like 90% you need to like open and read to understand how it works. So if we start here and just read it sentence by sentence, really, basically the project maturity levels are what we're interested in, and it's already described here. So CNCF projects have a maturity level: sandbox, incubating, or graduated. We as Flatcar skipped the sandbox stage and right now are in incubating stage. Technically speaking, we're right now onboarding the incubating stage. Hopefully today, somewhere 7-ish p.m., CET will be finally fully onboarded, and then we will be just incubating. Now, to be incubating or to be sandboxed or graduated, you need to fill out an application where you have shown a bunch of requirements that are fulfilled from your side, and then they will basically be reviewed and hopefully approved. This basically was that, which corresponds to innovators, early adopters, and early majority tiers crossing the chasm diagram. The maturity level is a signal by CNCF as to what sorts of enterprises should be adopting different projects. So right now, given that we're at incubating, it's pretty good. So projects increase their maturity by demonstrating their sustainability to CNCF's Technical Oversight Committee, that is TOC. That acronym pops up quite frequently. that they have adoption, a healthy rate of changes, and commenters from multiple organizations. Personally, I think we fulfill all of those. Have adopted the CNCF code of conduct, and have achieved maintained the. Okay, actually, sorry, we should stop here. So this stuff here, as you probably know, we do fulfill, and it's really easy for us to fulfill. We're a pretty old project compared to others. We do have a very healthy rate of changes, regular releases, so on, commenters from quite a few organizations, and also you could say random contributors from just people using it. And this here, really, those two lines are where it is what we need to do. So, and achieved a maintain the core infrastructure initiative best practices badge. That's number one. Full details are in graduation criteria and also see the landscape. So if we go ahead and open this up, you will basically be redirected here and also here. So here we go. For us, obviously, it's the graduation application that we care about. Have you guys ever heard about the OpenSSF badge before?
Yes, briefly.
So it's thankfully we're pretty much already done with it. But basically, what it is a set of criteria that a project has to fulfill in order to get a certain level of badge, basically. We as Flatcar, and by the way, you can browse through like most of these. Like for example, you can see the Linux kernel itself, right? There are 3 levels of this badge here. There is passing, silver, and gold. Now those basically differ on how strict those requirements are. For graduating CNCF, passing level, and as you will be able to see, we can actually on this webpage kind of filter by levels and so on, is the only one required for graduating. So from OpenSSF badge, if we have the passing badge, we're good to go. It's very nice to have a silver or gold, and as it is written somewhere in the parentheses, it is looked upon very positively. However, the good news is we as Flatcar are already at 97% when it comes to the passing score. There's one issue that I created for basically fulfilling that. Those requirements here, as you can see, are most of them are pretty general, kind of common sense from like the engineering perspective. Like the project must be maintained. Duh. The project website has to support HTTPS, TLS, and so on. Like it has to have actual bug reporting, tests, like levels of maintainers, and so on. So all of these are basically fulfilled by us. There's only 2 that are not. They refer to mainly us writing down the way in which we test our releases when we do add some major new functionalities. There's an issue for that. I'm kind of working on it on a, let's say, it's on back burner, but basically it's no big deal. So this is really the first pillar of being able to graduate incubation, and let's say it is more or less fulfilled. The second one is here. So this here is a TOC, repository from CNCF. This here has the actual template for the graduation application for graduation itself. More or less, you can fill it out with your project's name and so on. But if you read it, and by the way, this Excel here is just parsed by me from that Markdown file and turned it into an Excel file, so it's kind of easier to like edit it. Basically, there are also 2 things you need to fulfill. So the first one is something called graduation criteria assessment. So this is basically looking at the whole project. It's kind of very vague. As you can see, for example, all sub projects are listed, or like it's vendor neutral, or like third-party security review, kind of vague, or like basically that you document your stuff. The second one is the security self-assessment, which is really a totally separate thing. So that will most likely leave for last. We did do that last time we're applying for incubation. So a lot has changed. And as we know, with our infrastructure, it is still changing. So it is intentionally being left as the last thing we would touch. So that leaves us with the second pillar in this whole graduation process, which is the GCA, or graduation criteria assessment. And this is our main focus today, more or less. This really just asks you to kind of prove, link, and if missing, fix things listed in those criteria. And really, that's it. The main problem with these is there's about like 50 of them, is that they are very vague. They're vague and really apt for interpretation. I think like with Lex, like we're even reading through them, and like one of us had like A idea, B idea, then we looked at other projects, how they did it, and it was like C and D. So like it's really basically just in need of opinions from various perspectives of people working on the project itself. Because for one person, a certain type of documentation is going to mean one thing, and for another, something completely different, right? So what we're going to be doing today is basically going through these and trying to figure out where we stand. So far, any questions?
All good.
Okay, so this here, as I said, is quite literally just parsed from the Markdown document we saw. And here in this Excel sheet, we have the ability to set a given thing as applicable, its difficulty, status, and most importantly, comments and link to work. That meaning mostly issues or already existing documents and so on. Here we have the type, and basically everything here is required. Potentially suggested things can be skipped. And our idea is to basically start going through these. And personally, I'm going to be going one by one, more or less. You are welcome to do it at your own pace if you'd like to. If you like, you can just help us follow along or do your own thing. So that's the main idea. We're going to be going from one, interpreting it, discussing it, and trying to find anything that is relevant and basically trying to judge it. I'm going to link you guys a few useful things in a second. So that's really it when it comes to the introduction. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I'm reading the statements in the descriptions, and it's like super generic. It's quite complicated sometimes to see how it could apply to Flatcar, or for example, I don't know, a number of active maintainers which is appropriate to the size and scope of the project on the line 16. So what the hell does it mean?
Yeah, that is exactly the reason why we have this call. So like probably each one of us could have filled out this form yourself, right? But the problem is that it is, as you noticed, super vague and basically just depends on your perspective and how you interpret it. And this is kind of why this call exists, which is to basically talk about these descriptions and together kind of interpret them. Also, other projects and how they did it. So, for example, here we have a a few projects and their evaluation proposals or security assessments and so on, and basically just try to figure out how we match up, basically.
Yeah, I think we're hitting quite the same issues we got for the incubation, is that we are the first operating system. So most of those descriptions fields cover the software. So it's easy for a software, I would say, to match those descriptions. But for an operating system, it can be a bit more challenging.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, from what I've noticed, especially with the OpenSSF badge, it is kind of like expecting you to be a hosted somewhere open source service, basically, for someone to use.
Yeah.
And that is just not the case for us, right? So, yeah. Cyan, Yusuf, Adrian, any thoughts? Okay.
I agree. I find these generic things quite difficult.
Yeah. Like, really, that's the main issue, right? Because, like, I know it may seem like it is. Oh yeah, sorry, we're not able to hear you, Cyan. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna give you guys a link to this here that you can actually edit with. Hopefully, please do not mess up the Google. But yeah, Sam, let me know when you will. Yeah, we cannot hear you just so now. But yeah, basically that's the idea. Because as you probably can guess, like theoretically, filling those out is easy, right? One person can do it, but it's really mostly about just getting people to interpret it and just kind of a brainstorming on how do we fit in. Okay, I'm just gonna check if the. Wow, we have 2 viewers, 3 on our live stream. Okay. Okay, cool. So in that case, what I'm gonna do is give you guys a few links that may be useful. Although they all should be in the general sheet here in useful links.
What does the difficulty mean?
So the difficulty in my idea was to basically, after we judge it, if it is not done already, we just guesstimating, kind of doing a guess on the estimation of how hard would it be to change to actually fulfill that given requirement. So
Okay, so if we already fulfill the requirement, we can ignore the difficulty field.
Yeah, exactly. But like, let's say, it's just a matter of, like, I don't know, combining 2 markdown documents, right? We could mark it as easy. But like, let's say it's like, reworking our authentication system, right, or whatever, then it would totally be hard, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So in that case, I think we can go ahead and actually start going through each one of these. Okay. So, and I know this is going to be boring for most of the time, so like, feel free to like jump off or whatever. Okay. So number 1 would be engaging with the. Should we lock that for the event ends we can edit? Any users can edit, because I did send a link to the chat room here. So I guess only people on this chat can.
Yeah, I can edit.
Or did I maybe make it very, very public, and that should not have been the case? Well, I'm gonna download it as a backup, let's say.
I wonder, sorry to just, I'm looking at the projects that we're kind of looking at for reference, and Crossplane is still incubating. Should we delete that for now? A 404 page to their last proposal. They actually deleted that, and now they have a new one. I did that. I just updated that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just put that new one in there because they just did that, I guess, 3 weeks ago. I just wonder if because it hasn't been approved yet, maybe we should only reference projects that have been approved for graduation.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
we could basically, I don't know, maybe strike through.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's
It was just I was going through all their documentation, and it was confusing because they're also still in the middle of it. So
okay, let's just open all of them up. So there we go. Most applications, from what I've seen, are basically either issues or PRs with Markdown document in them. Like, for example, this one that did get merged. So, yeah, okay. So let's start. So engage with the domain-specific tags to increase awareness through a presentation or a compelling general technical review. Kind of vague. So let's just take a look at what they mean by that.
Did you accidentally drag row 6 to another row? I thought I saw you do it earlier, but I wasn't sure.
That may be possible, yeah.
yeah, it's empty. Yeah.
Not sure where, to be honest.
Oh darn.
Huh. I guess we can see in the history.
Yeah. I hope it wasn't me.
Oops. I don't know if you can set like where. Yeah, so for example, I can see that for that would be, let's see, what's the project? Open telemetry, right? On there,
Oh, I think you just added a row by accident. That was it. Because I'm looking at the history.
oh, okay.
6 was just tag provides insight, a recommendation of the project. So you just added a row. You just delete row 6 and you're fine.
I hate Excel so much. Jesus.
Oh no, never mind. No. There is another one. All project metadata and resources are vendor neutral.
Oh yeah. I was showing it, so I must have accidentally like clicked. Okay, so the first one, for example, is the engage with domain-specific tags to increase awareness through a presentation or a compelling general technical review. So if we do take a look at OpenTelemetry's graduation application, they do have that. So OpenTelemetry delivers multiple updates to tag observability. Most recent update on, and there we have a YouTube video, basically, I guess, having them just explaining their whole project, I think, doing a technical review. So as far as I know, we don't have these. I'm not really sure if
I think in the past we interact with tag security runtime something for the incubation process. So I'm not sure if it's still relevant to point to this, but if I recall correctly, we even attended to some meetings to showcase a bit Flatcar for the tag security runtime. But yeah, as said, it's not something quite new. So it has been done 1 year ago, maybe.
Okay. So potentially this is something that
because it has to be on I don't know, monthly basis that we need to engage with those tags, or it's just a one-time thing.
That is very vague, but
have we even had one presentation or anything like that? Because
Yeah.
we are on the project list in the tag security, which is great, but have we actually had like a presentation of some sort to them, or no? I don't think so, right?
I think so, and Cyan even sent a link for the tag security.
Yeah, so this here is basically, as far as I understand, thank you for sending it, Sign, because I forgot to actually show it. But this is in here. If you go to product references and Flatcar documentation so far, these are our documents we submitted when applying for being in incubation.
Yeah.
So this is our basically stuff for it. And what Cyan kind of linked, sorry, is this here, which is our self-security assessment, which we will need to do again for graduation. So here is the actual security review. Oh, sorry, give me a second. Okay.
And we do have a video. I just sent the YouTube link.
Oh, wow.
It was for the tag runtime. I think it was to present this meeting included an overview of Flatcar.
A bit less grey in Tilo's beard there.
I think that's before he changed his camera, so that's why. Yeah, so it more or less looks like we do have it, at least for, oh, there's even Kai from 2 years ago. We do have it just from 2023, more or less.
Yeah.
So the question would be, should we refresh it, right? And by the way, this kind of is perfect for, yeah, thank you for adding that here. And actually, I'm going to try to change my, whoops, I did leave my, there we go. Okay. So is it applicable? Well, yes, it is. Now the only question is really, should this be redone, right? And I would say, and if at what frequency, right? Do we need to like do it yearly, maybe monthly?
Yeah.
And by the way, like leaving open questions like this is totally okay, because we do have access to CNCF service desk, where we can ask them about be it technical things or just understanding of the actual requirements. So this kind of fake question is perfectly fine. But I think this is pretty okay. I mean, we did have some in the past, and basically we just need to make sure with CNCF if we need to redo it again, and if so, then at what frequency. Oh, I can see Cyan. CNCF tag workloads foundation. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I guess we can add it, right? This seems like maybe useful clue. By the way, if you would like to create a new line in Excel, you need to press Alt Enter, which is something I did have to Google search like 5 times. But okay, I would say like this.
It's easy.
You think it's easy?
Yeah, I guess because we have all the materials, we just need to organize this kind of events and pop up during a meeting or whatever.
Okay. I mean, personally, I would set it as medium because it is not as easy as like, for example, appending a Markdown file with like 2 lines.
Okay, this is your level of easy stuff. Anyway, we can still revisit this later when we have everything.
Yeah, I mean, I would just set it as like unknown and medium. Are you guys okay with it?
Or maybe in progress, because
I think if it was in progress, then we would be already working on it, whereas we do not know if we are if we even need to work on it, right? Okay. And I totally don't remember how to add more options in Google spreadsheets. So yeah, that's all of the options we have, unless you guys know how to. Okay, so I think we can move on. So all project metadata and resources are vendor neutral. What a nice question, isn't it?
So what is a project metadata?
That is a very good question. So
we do have some metadata in self-assessment, or at least something that goes under that, in that link that Cyan provided. I don't know if maybe that might be related to what they classify as metadata, which is software relevant links, security provider languages, and SBOM. I don't know, but it does say metadata, so I wonder if maybe.
Yeah, go ahead, Chewy.
I was just thinking if it's some stuff like the SBOM, then yeah, I could see why they'd want that to be vendor neutral. So that might be what they're talking about.
What bomb? Sorry.
Software bill of materials, SBOM.
Oh, I heard this SBOM, and I'm like, okay.
I don't know what format ours is in. I guess it's vendor neutral.
So if you guys go to the self-assessment, the security self-assessment, at least, but this is from 2023. So, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, SPDX. That's not. Yeah, that's nice and generic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I guess in our case, we do fulfill that. Whereas when it comes to the resources, I guess in our case, it would mainly refer to our infrastructure.
Yes, that's my understanding as well.
So as far as I understand it right now, we are partially, at least, in Azure, and we're moving to Akamai.
Yeah, but even all the things we have on Azure, it's a really tiny portions of the whole infrastructure. Currently, everything is on Equinix Metal and stuff. So I would say we are mainly, I mean, we're not vendor neutral because in the end, when we are moving away from Equinix Metal to Akamai, in the end, we move from one cloud provider to the other cloud provider. So it's still not vendor neutral, but.
I mean, if we are pretty, I would say, disloyal to our vendors in a certain way, right? I mean, we're just going where we do get the sponsorship, and we are not really like attached to one, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure what that is, what they're talking about, but it's hard to say.
I wonder if this vendor neutral is for software. Oh, you mean like, for example, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux?
No, I don't.
I'm just with Cyan is. writing. Because, like, for example, let's say you have a I don't know, CLI tool, right? Docker, for example, right? And you would like to deploy it on your computer. Like, if you do it only for macOS, for example, right? It's not very CNCF-y, right? Doing for multiple platforms architectures. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Gotcha. Okay, we not target specific platform or specific stuff. Okay.
So we need a Windows version of Flatcar. Great.
And a mainframe version as well.
I mean, that is a good question. Sorry, someone was saying something.
Am I audible?
Kind of like through a blanket, but yes.
He's just taking the blanket off.
Is it better? Is it better now?
Oh yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then he immediately muted himself.
I just fix everything. I was just trying to set things up. Yeah.
No worries.
But yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, maybe it's not infrastructure, but for different vendors, like supporting different vendors and not fixated on one vendor. One question is, do we have this answer for other projects that has graduated?
I mean, we should, right? However, kind of like I think Matthew or Julie pointed out, we have the disadvantage of being the first operating system. So their answers are going to be just...
But still, we can make sense of what they wanted to say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So they hear just, okay.
Okay.
When they say metadata and resources, I think resources just could be like any accompanying documents, like they shouldn't be like Word documents or something like that. That might be all they mean.
So, like, for example, you can run, I don't know, Docker on Linux and Windows, and you're going to have resources on how to do it on Docker and Windows. Kind of. Because, like, here, for example, in Search Manager, although that's not maybe there's a more obvious example we could take a look at. Containerd, I guess. Enter. Nope. So this section is small step auto search, cube Lego, and cube search manager. Yeah, but that's just about alternatives. They don't really mention they don't really mention like vendorship, kinda. But I guess in our case, I mean, we do fulfill the infrastructure one, like the infrastructure interpretation of that. I think we do fulfill the platform agnostic interpretation, right? We do allow Flatcar to be installed on a variety of platforms. It's just in our case, these platforms are CPU architectures, right? Be it ARM or x86 or whatever. So I would say even with those two being plausibly the explanation, we do fulfill them.
I'd be inclined to ask, but I think whatever it is, we're probably going to be okay.
Yeah, so what I would do is basically link materials to both of our versions and basically just add a comment on to verify with CNCF. I think that would be enough. So for example, we can do, oh, hi, Flo.
Hey folks, today is crazy. Sorry for being late.
No worries. So I'm gonna copy a. Whoa.
It's all right. We've been doing this for nearly an hour, and we're only on the second row.
Cool.
You're finishing the second one, okay? Be more positive.
Someone has to do it.
Oh, so let's put it like this. Vendor as an infra. So it's gonna be this here, and also, Matthew, do we maybe have some documentation in our providers?
Documentation for what?
Our providers. Like just maybe a simple listing of which ones we're using.
For the current infra?
Uh-huh.
For the
Or
current
even plan.
Let me check. Oh, we have the due diligence document. It's a bit old, but I think it's still accurate. If
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is public.
Could you just send a link?
Yes, one sec.
So here's our SBOM, and
I pasted a link for us, the SLSA document. Maybe if you want to include that one.
let's take a look. Oh, so you would like to attach it as the infrastructure interpretation? As like part of that?
I mean, this one was with the SBOM thing, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can certainly add it. So then if we do the platform, for example, ARM, do you guys think just attaching a link to our releases would be enough? Kinda. Because I guess you can. So right now, Tilo, the issue we're having is with the interpretation of what vendor neutral means in our case. So we immediately kind of came up with either that being the vendor that is sponsoring our infrastructure, or that being the platform for which we produce our project. In that case, that would be like ARM or x86 or whatever. What do you think about it?
I think this. So the way I usually look at these requirements is from the perspective of a application or library project, because that's what this is tailored to. And I would say we are squarely vendor neutral because we don't consume any vendor specific things apart from where they're required to support the respective platforms. But even then, we have a variety of vendors and we include them just for their respective platform. I think what they're trying to prevent is that you consume a vendor library or vendor dependency, and then that vendor changes the license or disappears, and then the whole project dies. I think this is project health.
Oh, okay. So, like for example, we use Docker, and Docker all of a sudden, let's say, changes its license, and like now it's like super protected.
Yeah. If we would build a application on top of Docker desktop and we were in the CNCF, I think we were in trouble.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nothing against Docker desktop, of course.
Yeah, just as an example.
I don't make the rule.
So I was looking through a graduation proposal, and the vendor neutral text was linked to this particular link. So this is probably what CNCF wants in terms of vendor neutrality. It's just that it just summarizes to what Thilo said. Like we just I'm not vendor logged in, and if one day something happens to the vendor and Flatcar comes down, something on those lines.
Actually, yeah, they cover messaging and blog posts as well, and I like it because that makes a lot of sense. Thinking about our FroshCon booth over the weekend, they explicitly asked to not appear with any vendor banners, and so this is, the community container Linux, and it's not, AWS's container Linux or Azure's container Linux, but it's vendor neutral. I think in the messaging, I get that aspect. It's a key aspect, and we don't have any vendor messaging in the actual messaging if it doesn't come from any third-party vendor who presents cool things about Flatcar. So I think we're covered on that front as well.
I think.
Sorry, go ahead, Adrian.
Yes. So when you do a cat OS release in Flatcar, it still shows Kinfolk in the message. Would that be a problem on this?
Yes, that would be a problem. That needs to die. So this is an actual to-do item from this remove by Kinfolk from the MOTD. That's a good catch.
Okay, so
maybe we can also scrape search the repos for Kinfolk. Maybe there is also other parts.
Okay, so just so we don't lose it, could you guys reiterate that? So we have to remove the by Kinvolk from our images in the various clouds, image stores. How would it be called?
No, not in the image stores. It's fine to offer that via that marketplace arrangement, but we have it literally when you log into the instance.
Yeah, it's in the OS release.
So it's OS release and/or message of the day, right? Right, it's even in the OS release because that's the operating system name. Yeah, good point.
We have to be careful with this, not to break stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I think that would be medium, because the change might be easy, but like basically QC/QA kind of might drag on.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the issue for that change that you mentioned?
No, we don't have any. We should have one.
Okay, so I'm just
one thing I don't recall exactly, but I think like other softwares definitely use that by Kinfolk thing in their like other software who was using Flatcar maybe use that by Kinfolk thing.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, that needs a kind of migration path, kind of like the not quite to the extent we did it with C groups, but along those lines. So announce it beforehand, then get it into alpha, leave it there for some time, and then have it stabilize.
Okay. So that is the only thing I think it is. I'm just gonna leave it as basically let's remove the by Kinvolk from both like the message and OS releases. And I'm gonna later create for everything that needs to be done later, I'm gonna create separate issues and link them back here. So if you guys would like to work on any of that, it's gonna be here. And it should show up in the, if you go here, you have a link to the Flatcar CNCF portion of the roadmap. Right now, they're mainly staffed with other things, but it will show up here.
One thing I wanted to mention is this like how pressing this one is, because we definitely have Kinfolk mentioned in a lot of places. Even our marketplaces mention Kinfolk as the publisher.
That is fine. The marketplaces are not affected. because those are multi-vendor. Kinvolk is one marketplace instance that offers these. I don't think the CNCF has marketplace representation on all of the clouds that we ship to. But I mean, long term, we could build an alternative offer by the CNCF. But I think it's entirely fine. And I believe other graduated CNCF projects also have offers by companies on marketplaces. On Azure, for instance, I know for a fact that at least 3 companies offer or 3 marketplace accounts offer Flatcar images. One is the old Kinvolk account, which we still reuse for publishing, and the others are third-party vendors who build their solutions on top of Flatcar.
Yeah, I think this thing refers to the person that wants to get the code, build it, and then have the image, not containing vendor stuff, I suppose.
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, we're gonna have to do the two mentioned things, and also probably just do a light search on if it exists elsewhere, just to be sure. So I think we can move on, or do you guys want to add anything to the second one? Nope. Okay. So I actually need 3 minutes. I'm gonna be back in those 3 minutes. You guys are free to take a look at it. Be right back.
Thilo, you did this tag thing previously, right?
Yeah.
We saw a video. Did you know at the time whether that was something we were going to have to do more than once?
Depends on which tag we're talking about. So first of all, the tags were reorganized in the CNCF very recently, so we probably need to check out how things work now. At least for the security assessment, they're definitely so there was an initial security assessment where we were trying to satisfy basically all of the requirements. We did it to 80 or 90%. Documentation was not our strong side, so that is something that we would need to fix. And there were 1 or 2 recommendations of tag security regarding image signing and isolated builds that we might want to follow up or at least document the way we're doing them right now. Other tags like tag, was it contributor engagement? I forget. Basically, the community tag that they have, they were pretty happy with everything we had. So that went pretty well. And yeah.
Okay.
All right, tag runtime is finally part of tag workloads found. That's actually cool. That makes a lot of sense. So did we add the by Kinvolk issue to the board yet, or should I do it because I have it open?
I'm gonna, or sorry, does it exist already?
I don't know.
Oh, I was intending on creating a new one because,
okay,
as I understood, it doesn't exist yet.
All right. Okay.
But you can create it if you would like to. And then...
Yeah, because I need to drop for another meeting, and then I won't be back in 90 minutes. I want to do something productive.
Sure.
And that's a long-term item, right? Because it's not really backlog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the third one is tag provides inside recommendation of the project in the context of the landscape. Wow. Couldn't have been more vague.
Yeah, it doesn't say which one it means, right?
So I know the landscape is
I think it's the CNCF landscape.
Yeah, like this thing here. That's the landscape. And I know we exist somewhere here, and I can never find us.
We're in WASM. For some reason, we're in WASM.
Oh, right, because like being in operating systems makes absolutely no sense. WASM. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see it.
You see it?
Right, bottom right. Edge bare metal. There's a big Flatcar logo.
Oh, there we go.
Right next to our friends from Unicraft. That's neat. Like it.
Okay, so
I think we don't have an explicit mention in the document. Yes, Ian, go ahead.
Yeah, I was seeing the so I am right now like going through all the, so I posted 3 links. So the cross-plane one has answer to this one. So I was just reading through them to understand what they mean. So basically, like they presented to a tag they belong to, and then they have a recommendation of them. That's what at least they have written in the answer.
So like they simply mention in their documentation that yes, we are on this website here in this group.
I mean, if you check the comment, it's I pasted a link, so it probably something on those lines. So maybe we need to ask like the tag that they can give a recommendation that, yeah.
Sorry, I just don't exactly understand what they mean by tag.
Tag is technical advisory
group.
Oh,
okay, right.
Group, technical advisory group.
Yeah, sorry, it's not like thing tag as in like a.
I did not know that before I had the CNCF thing. Don't worry, it's not you. All right, I put a link to the remove kinfolk branding issue in the chat, and I need to drop off.
Cool.
Be back. If everything works out well, I'll be back in roughly 90 minutes at 5 p.m.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, folks, for driving this. This is amazing. I know it's a little bit demanding, but it's great to see that everybody helps with this. This is important. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, Leo. See you. Why can I not copy paste? Okay. Well, yes, Matthew. Didn't you know that Flatcar is 100% Python?
Yeah, that's
like,
great.
The whole 260 megs when you spin it up is the Python interpreter. Like, duh.
But yeah, to get back to this landscape thing, we don't have an explicit mention of this on the documentation, but we do recommend to use we don't recommend, but we promote Flatcar usage to run Kubernetes cluster, for example, and CNCF workloads. And even during conferences or on the booth or whatever, we always promote Flatcar to be like the foundation of your CNCF workloads. So I think we do it verbally, but we should mention it explicitly in the documentation how it integrates with the CNCF landscape.
Okay, so like we need to say, for example, sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, one question is, do we need to have answers to all of them before we submit, or like it's a like if we have answers
we
to
should
like.
try to. But if we do have questions, we have a service desk where we can basically file a ticket and like say, hey, could you like explain it to me like I'm 5 basically. So
Or maybe we can ask on the Slack channel. I'm not sure the
that
maintenance.
too, that too. But like yeah, basically either the Slack channel or the service desk. I guess both are kind of for that exact reason. So as far as I understand, it's we as Flatcar, that is part of CNCF, should explain how we can fit in with other CNCF projects. So for example, we should say like, oh, we're an OS, and by the way, you can run like Kubernetes on us and like use Prometheus or whatever, which are also like CNCF.
Yes, that's my understanding. It's a weird way to promote CNCF stuff. It's like marketing inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. And but yeah, that's my understanding. Like with Flatcar, you can deploy Kubernetes, and on top of Kubernetes, you can deploy CNCF workloads. And for Kubernetes, you can use Cilium, which is as well CNCF project, whatever, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So I think yeah, it could be nice to have it in the frequently asked questions on the documentation, like how Flatcar interact with the CNCF landscape, and we could just provide an example use case of yeah, deploying from scratch Flatcar, Kubernetes, and everything.
Okay, so we basically just need to create an issue for adding that documentation somewhere, and we should be good. Okay, so I'm gonna set it as yes, it is applicable, and I guess it should be fairly easy, right? Okay. Do you guys any thoughts on this one, or can we move to the next one? Okay, so review and acknowledgement of expectations for graduated projects and requirements for moving forward through the CNCF's maturity levels. Wow.
I don't even understand the whole sentence.
Is that another way of saying, see this really hard process you're going through? That's not the end.
So I guess it's referencing this here, partially, which is like what is expected of us. But also here, like they talk about this, like the great chasm. So like, oh, like you're incubating, but it's like so hard to get graduated and like be majority. And here, somewhere here, they explained the differences between incubating graduate and archive projects. I'm just not sure where that was, because like there was like an explanation for each one of these, right? So I guess it means like every maintainer kind of knows what it means, because like for example, if we do get like I don't know, yeah, whatever. So let's just find it. Like it was somewhere here. Oh yeah, kind of like this here. So the TOC defines first stages of the project's lifecycle, sandbox, experimental or innovative projects early in their development, incubation, projects gaining adoption, focusing on improving stability and maturity, which is where we technically are now, based on CNCF status, graduated, highly mature, robust projects whose adopters have demonstrated their production readiness by their deployment to production environments, which we kind of are, but I guess technically not yet. And archive inactive or low activity projects that are no longer supported by TOC or are not recommended for use due to a variety of factors. Okay.
Yeah, I think we can just write that. I understand the graduation
Yeah,
criteria
I think
and
this is basically
and
like telling people and like checkbox. That's it, right?
yeah, I mean the requirements, whatever the requirements would be, we can just keep adding, but we can just say that we are have already gone through the incubation is this link, and then we are actively like these are the documents we will work on during our graduation to meet the graduation criteria. I think this is mostly text.
Mm, so like I think we can just say it is done, kinda. It's like, or more like we could say that like I'm really not sure what they mean by review and acknowledgement. Is it enough if we just say we acknowledge on the application itself, or I think so.
Yeah, I think we can add no blockers one status.
Sorry.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second.
I was thinking that we can add a status no blockers.
Yep.
The next one also, I mean, we could just write that we have no, not the next one. Okay, next one is governance as continuously.
Governance has continuously been iterated.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we've been pretty good on the governance topic.
Hmm. We can talk about onboarding new maintainers, the process followed, and
Onboarding new maintainers and trying to diversify the maintainers, not only from
yeah,
Microsoft. What else? Try to open everything to the community, for example, the release.
yeah, the teams and everything. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
And then the 10th number would be the governance document that we have. Eleventh also, I mean, we could just talk about the again like the maintainer onboarding votes that we did, the meetings that we are doing, uh, developer sync and everything.
Yeah. Okay, I mentioned the new maintainers, the open release process.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Just have to.
Yeah, we move to the next topic.
Okay. So it would be governance has continuously been iterated.
Yeah, so instead of done, can we add like a no blocker thing? So this is technically like when you have all the answers in a doc written, you can probably mark it as done. But
So
for now,
um,
have like a no blocker thing.
if you know how to, go ahead. Because honestly, I don't remember how to.
1 minute.
Because I mean, you should be able to edit. I just, yeah, I did it somehow after googling it and then immediately forgetting how to. Because like every row in a here is like an enum, more or less, kinda, I guess. And you have like, wait, what was it like?
What do you want to do?
I would like to yeah, like this, and then somehow I managed to like create a filter drop down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can add another one. So what would you guys like it to be?
No blockers.
No blockers. No blockers.
Unblocked.
Maybe, oh, or should we maybe say like ready to go?
Yeah. Anything that is not done.
Okay. Does it work now? Ready to go. Yeah, it is. I mean, kind of does. I guess it's just like grayish. This maybe? If I do it here, does it also work? Yeah, okay. I guess it works. It's kind of not matching the rest of it, but whatever. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I would make sure we add every time is basically just like a comment on our interpretation of what we mean by it, because like we're gonna come back to it like in like a month, and everyone's like, "What did he mean by So here it was. Make sure everyone reads it and understands the CNCF process. I will say so in the application. I guess that's enough. Okay. JFD aisle. Let's stay polite, please. Just fucking do it. Okay. So there we go. Okay, do we have any documentation that can be even like issues or whatever, or recordings of meetings, I guess, where we do say that we are changing because of like, oopsie doopsie, this happened. Oh, sorry.
I mean, from our own perspective, our governance hasn't changed much, at least since Microsoft,
I mean, the governance document was built after the acquisition and before the incubation, so nothing must have changed here.
I like how we're hour and a half in and we're on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I added my thoughts into the 10th point.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I guess we could say like, yes, it does apply to us. Easy and done. I guess so, right? I mean, if someone wants to see us iterating over governance, then just go into the comment history, I guess. Do we have one? Yeah, so that's our iterating over it. So
Works for me.
Yeah, same here. Okay, so the next one. Governance is up to date with actual project activities, including any meetings, election, leadership, or approval processes.
Yeah, I don't think we have any leadership as such, but yeah, I think we're pretty good at that.
I guess
So for the meetings, we can talk about the developer sync meeting, the community calls, where we do everything publicly, talk about the project direction. The elections, I think the only one that we have done is maintainership. Um, and maybe we can include no, I don't think so. Our release go no go. That's also kind of an election as well. But and yeah, and leadership is again like probably the maintainers that are on the team, which who go through an election process based on their contributions, and only then they get into the maintainer team and the groups that we have on GitHub, which gives them access to various projects and stuff.
So I'm not sure if this here would kind of count as something to be done for that particular criteria. Because, I mean, it is talking about governance. However, it is also talking about approval processes, which I guess contributing is.
Approval processes could be the PR reviews.
Yeah. So
and the issues.
This here.
I mean, I'd say it's done. I mean, yeah, that thing is ongoing, but it's saying, is it up to date? Well, yes, I think it is.
Fuck. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna say like it's mostly done, right? Just like the contributing part of it needs a small updating, and that's it, really, right? What do you guys think?
Yep, I agree.
Okay, so I'm gonna set it as easy and basically in progress. Okay, so any thoughts, or do you move on?
Yeah, I would not use in progress because it's done actually, and it will
Yeah,
be.
I'd say it's done.
Yeah, it's done. We won't change anything right now, except if something is broken. But
I mean, because the only reason why I would set it as in progress is that this part of it, which is like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts of it are this criteria, and the approval process is partially done.
why?
So it's due to our changes in the PRs and what did I link to? PRs and whatnot.
Bracket on the end.
Oh, right, that was nice. PRs and basically our contributing. It's due to our recent like contribution changes, right? That we did. So like adding Flatcar maintainers as a review group, whatever. That the documentation on contributing and the approval process in that case, I guess, is not yet updated. So I would set this as part of it, and when that is done, this whole criterion is fully completed, in my opinion.
Okay.
I am also inclined towards done only because I mean these are very smaller changes and they won't probably dig into this. They just need that information that this is this is a process. There is a process that is being followed.
Okay, I mean we're gonna have to finish the analysis. We might as well maybe link it. What do you guys think? I would be inclined to, but if you don't want it, we can delete it. So, sorry. Okay. So do we move on to the next one?
Yes.
Okay. Governance clearly documents vendor neutrality of project direction. Okay. So that will be, in our case, the governance is the governance.md. Okay, so we need to read it, I guess, to see if there's a, so let's see. Project governance, okay. So our values are, it's going to be inclusive participation, cool. Access repository Flatcar projects, so few repositories are going to serve manage PRs, approve PRs, build tests, approve maintainers, get tools, ground levels, installation, complete high code. Removing a maintainer, meetings, CNCF resources, code of conduct, security, voting. Okay, so I think we would have to add a note to this markdown document here, basically stating that like we want to be vendor neutral and that's it, right? Okay. So let's just write it down, and let's say here's and what yes, that's it. Okay. So this is planning, should be easy, and yes, it's really cool. Okay. Next one. Document how the project makes decisions on leadership roles, contribution, acceptance requests to the CNCF, and changes the governance or project goals. Okay. So I guess that will be the governance.md, contribution.md, and possibly a few more.
Do you have an idea of
this is? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just have one question regarding the request to the CNCF. What it is?
So I understand it as a ticket we can post on CNCF's service desk, and we can request various items like technical support or resources or just help.
Okay, it's the access to a service desk.
I understand it as so.
Okay.
I think so, at least.
In our governance document, there is a CNCF resources section, and so we can probably point it to that, and then the voting becomes the other section, the one above code of conduct.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess this is also fulfilled. So for this one here, that would be this, as well as our contributing doc, isn't it? Yeah.
And the voting as well, because it talks about.
But do we have a separate document for voting?
No, in the governance itself.
Okay. So I guess it will be just these two as proof of.
You can just add that for like I'll probably type it there. So,
However, this here still for it still remains an issue for the contributing net MD because it is not yet done.
yeah, the next question is something you can talk about the teams.
Oh, but don't we have a voting section? Isn't
What
the
section?
so the one that we have is not enough?
Yeah, so you write up text from the CNCF section and the voting section. So you can write that we have a lazy consensus, and then how things happen. You can just copy this text itself, and
Oh, you mean as an answer in the application?
yes,
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So I would say this is applicable, and it is easy and also in progress because of the contribution that MD needing an update. Okay, next one. Document how role function-based members or sub-teams are assigned, onboarded, removed for specific teams. Okay. Yeah.
so in this scenario, probably we can update the governance document or create a new document on how we right now are, like the whole proposal that you have with the teams. So maybe we can accommodate a document with that, and then in our governance document we already have a section for removing a maintainer and adding them to the emeritus maintainer, so that could be included in the answer.
So there is also an issue for onboarding because we right now do not really have a document for onboarding a maintainer right now.
Yeah, there's a first one that you have on the
Yeah.
recent activity.
Yeah, so right now it's pretty loosely just as from time to time when we encounter something, we just add it here as a comment, like later compiled into a nicer document actually outlining what we need to do. So this is definitely a to-do item. Also, I would say, sorry, document has basic role. So yeah, so this issue for was here. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna link it. I know it's already done, but like, yeah, there we go. So I guess in this here, we mentioned, yeah. So this issue here requires us to update documentation on those reviewing teams like Flatcar, CI, or whatnot. So I'm just gonna put it here as well. So this will be in progress. Easy, and yes, document complete list of current maintainers with names coming into domain or civilian affiliation. Yeah, one thing I would add is TBD create an issue for it so that we don't forget. I'm gonna create an issue here and link it. So, is it in progress?
Yeah.
Is there an issue or a PR for it? thought I would just set it as planning.
No.
Okay. So I'm just gonna set it as planning, and then when we have like an issue or a PR with changes, we can set it to. Okay. Okay. Any thoughts so far from you guys, or can we move on? Sorry, my computer is like 105 degrees, so like when you guys like shake your heads, I just see like 1 FPS this, and then like it just doesn't even like register the left side. So
No, everything looks good.
okay. Actually, how to
I feel I need to drop, but I did fill in some of the easier ones below, just a
Cool.
few easy ones.
Oh yeah, I can see. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, Joey. See ya. Okay. By the way, if you guys would like a break, you can totally take one.
Yeah, we can maybe take 5 minutes, just refreshment.
Yeah. So like for me, it's 4 p.m. So 16:15 maybe, or like even 16:20. So like 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Be back in 10 minutes. 16:20 CET. Okay. Cool. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Okay. So, like say I had to drop. I'm surprised if it's 8 p.m. already for him. Okay. I mean, well, how many do you do? Like 10?
Yeah, we can continue, and when we will be done, we can just reschedule
Yeah, I think
a new
so.
meeting next week, or
Yeah, honestly, I think so. Like one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it, just by myself, right, is basically, as you can see right now, which is the amount of context various people, the amount of various context various people have is definitely needed to actually.
yeah, you did right.
Because like basically anyone can later take any of these issues and do it themselves, right? But like to know what's going on and like what we need to do, yeah. Okay, so in that case, uh, then, sorry, just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Let's move forward. Yusuf, are you here maybe? Wow, don't worry about it. Okay, number of active maintainers, which is appropriate to the size and scope of the project. Sounds extremely arbitrary.
Yeah, what is a good number?
Yeah, I mean, in a certain way, right? We always kind of say there's too much to do for the amount of people we have supporting the project, right? At the same time, yeah, super.
Hey folks, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for being here. Must be very exhilarating to be watching a almost second hour of going through 10 requirements. Okay, so maybe let's take a look at how others have done it, because I feel like this is like really inappropriate. Okay, so let's see. Let's Control F that thing. So all maintainers show all domains of responsibility currently. List here. This is Cert Manager, and Cert Manager has 10 maintainers. Okay, so I guess it's just like it's not two guys in a shed.
Yeah, or even one person. I think they just want to be sure that if some maintainers leave the project will continue to.
So I will just leave the maintainers doc as like here it is. You know what I mean?
I think we good here. Yeah.
And like there we go. Okay, next one. Document a complete list of maintainer lifecycle process, including roles, onboarding, offboarding, emergence status. Yeah, so this is partially in progress, right?
I know we do have emeritus,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure if it's like documented or whatever. Let me check.
I did saw a mention of that in the governance, I think. Was it? Governance. And then we had maintainers, becoming maintainers, removing a maintainer.
Removing a maintainer. Yeah.
Emeritus maintainers.
Yeah, so it seems to be documented.
Okay. However, we do not have onboarding documented, and various group.
You have opened an issue for this, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I will just link it again here, more or less. So for that, we could just put more or less. So we have our implementation, and this one here is, yeah, basically, I think just one of them has to, yeah, so that's what we want. And next one is kinda. Yeah, I guess it's the same thing, basically. Okay, I think we can move on. Demonstrate usage of the maintainer lifecycle with outcomes either through the addition or replacement of maintainers as project events have required. Huh.
Yeah, I guess they just want to be sure that we run the full life cycle process.
Yeah.
And I guess we did that. We did that.
I'm sure we did it. I guess what I would do is maybe just like compile a small list of links to be it live streams or issues for like whatever that just documented for someone. What do you think?
Yes. We just have one emeritus maintainers, so it will be
We
easy
actually
for
should have a
this.
few more because a few folks are only in, for example, Nebraska maintainers, like Renee, and he wants to get removed from it. So actually, he would become the maintainer emeritus, I guess.
Yeah.
So just give me a second. I'm gonna open the window because like it's so humid and hot. So okay. Sorry, it's like 30 degrees in my room. 31.
Yeah.
Like,
Same here.
yeah.
32.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. We can drop some links like this one. Link comment.
Now that I think about it, we are kind of missing to do.
Sorry, come again.
Should we treat planning as to do?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like add slash to do so everyone's certain. And what we mean by it. I don't know. Okay. So I will leave it as planning slash to do because we just need to add a little bit more documentation. Right.
Yeah.
Document more on our examples of boarding someone as well as of issue points. Yeah, I think that should be okay. Okay. Next one. Or would you like to add something here?
No, that's good.
Cool. So, project maintainers from at least 2 organizations that demonstrate survivability.
Yes.
So, Microsoft, sure. And I guess where Adrian is from
Yes.
comes to my mind first.
Cloud-based, yeah.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
So,
Actually, we do have Adrian and Gabriel. Gabriel is all as well in the team.
yes, you do. What would you like to say?
Yeah, just wanted to understand, like, is there any specific criteria for becoming a maintainer?
For Flatcar?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, it is all outlined in the. You don't have to like raise your hand if you'd like to speak. You can just feel free to speak. It is here in the governance.nd. So here's like your official track on becoming a maintainer. Like collaborate well, write good code, whatever. It's here. I can make it for you if you like it. Yeah, same.
Sure, thanks.
So Cloudbase, did you mention a third company? Matthew?
No, no. Just wanted to say that it's Adrian and Gabriel that work at Cloudbase.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like there's people from other ones, right? But like Microsoft and Cloudbase are the two primary ones. Code and doc ownership in GitHub and elsewhere matches documented governance roles. Oh, hi, Lexi.
You guys got through a lot.
Well, I mean, if by a lot you mean like.
I thought it was going to be less when I left. So good.
Well, we did 15 so far. I mean, some of them were really tricky to be honest, and they like consumed like most of the time, whereas some are really easy. But we were moving forward.
Amazing. I'm happy to see.
I would say most are either done or almost done, as in like a few things have to be done and that's it. There's like one or two that are like totally hard to do kind of, and like there needs to be movement, but more or less we're good.
Fantastic. And who else is on the call still? Okay, Yusuf.
Sorry?
Matthew. I was just saying, who else is on the call still? Who's made it?
Yeah, Matthew made it. Chewy had to drop off, I guess. And for science, like super late, so.
Oh, right. I mean, this could also. I mean, this is a living document, so we could always go back and well, this is to be worked on ongoing basis.
So the next one, code and doc ownership in GitHub and elsewhere matches documented governance roles.
Yeah, I think it's in progress through the code owners thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess it's just like again these three issues. I'm probably gonna like create a separate one for like kind of encompassing these. So I was gonna say like yes, should be pretty easy, and like in progress as well. Okay, next one. Document adoption of the CNCF Code of Conduct. Super vaguely helpful. We do have it, I'm sure, because like you can see it in every repo. Like there's the Code of Conduct. Every public meeting, well, I guess except this one because I kind of forgot about it, is even started by mentioning the CNCF Code of Conduct, right?
Yeah.
I
think that's enough, right? Or does it mean like
Yeah,
actual?
depends what they mean by document, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if we never had to adopt it because it was already a part of us, does it mean that we do not fulfill this requirement? Kind of like it is structured weirdly. Sorry. Maybe like a PR to us having a CNCF code of conduct is enough. And a link to us having mentioning it in a dev thing or a community call is, I'm guessing, probably enough.
Right.
Sorry, just give me a second. Yeah, so I guess the first thing would be the code of conduct being just linked here. Then we could possibly link a few recordings of our community sessions and so on. So let's go Flatcar office hours and
so I'm just looking at the CubeEdge and their governance and code of conduct area, where they do kind of hash this out a little bit more. I don't know if we have something like this.
I mean, we use it, right?
It's used, but I'm just trying to figure out if them saying adoption, right? I'm just looking a little bit more into what others have done. I'm not really here. Oh, sorry. If you look, yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe we could just like.
Oh, you already created. Oh.
No, that's like.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, that's sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that's the comment that added the code of conduct to our main repository. Yeah. I think it's enough.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, I didn't see this one. So,
and we can even link an office hours or developer sync meeting because okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Because we mentioned it at the beginning of each meeting.
Now and the PR. I think that's like totally enough. I would say it's now.
And the one below it is basically the same thing.
Yeah. I would just say that's about it. Spell. Okay. All sub-projects, if any, are listed. I would link to our GitHub org and to Flatcar-hub. And I think it's enough. What do you think, Matthew?
Sorry, I was on something else. Can you repeat, please?
So it says all sub-projects, if any, are listed.
What is a sub-project? But we can provide the SBOM document because it lists all the projects that use Flatcar to be built.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
So I think it means like, for example, because my understanding looking at other projects is that, for example, they are mainly a single repository.
Mm-hmm.
And are compared to an OS, which we are fairly small, right? So for them, it's mainly one repo, and they maybe have something else somewhere. So they have explicitly mentioned that repository with, like, I don't know, for example, let's say Docker has Docker Desktop, right? That would be a sub-project. Whereas for us, I think it's enough to just send a link to our GitHub org and Flatcar-hub org on GitHub as well.
Okay, I see. Then, yeah, I think we don't have an explicit list, but one can easily go on the GitHub organization of Flatcar and list all the related subprojects.
And maybe GitHub Hub as well, just to be like, sure. Because I'm not sure if I know we have a Flatcar-archive, was it? As well. I don't think it's like. Should we add it? Maybe we could. Just be sure. Was it -archive?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, like in that case, I think this is like plenty enough. Or maybe what we could do is just to add a mention of it in the main Flatcar / Flatcar README. What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not sure if it exists or not.
It does not exist, but why not?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say TBD. TBD mention those orgs in the main Flatcar /
Yeah, this can be added here at the very end of the document. There is a repositories section, and we could add the three organization here. Because it's pointless to list all the sub-projects because we will need to maintain it, of course.
Yeah, we
but
have
we
like
can just
hundreds
point.
of those, right? It's like okay. So the next one, I think this is enough, right? We're gonna do it at some point. If the project has subprojects, subproject leadership, contribution, maturity, status documented, including add/remove process. We do not have that for sure.
Is this for like projects like Nebraska and?
I'm not sure. No.
Is that what they're talking about?
So the problem is that depending on your definition of a subproject, if you just take a look at the repositories we have on the Flatcar
the 55,
right?
repository.
Even if you just count like the main scripts one as the Flatcar itself, and like maybe the Flatcar one as like basically a placeholder for README, it leaves you with like 60 more repositories, aka subprojects, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So
that would be impossible to go into every single subproject and define all of this. I mean, not impossible, obviously, but I don't think that's what they mean.
I think so, right? I mean, the only thing I can imagine as having to add would be, for example, adding things to a document to how we operate on, for example, Flatcar-Hub or Flatcar-Archive. So Flatcar-Hub is basically an org in a GitHub that's simply forks, right? So for example, our Gentoo fork that we use to build Flatcar is there, and that's it. Like it's just a place for it. Whereas I'm not sure really. I just don't know.
Should we figure out what they define as a sub-project? Like how to define that? I think that's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I think so. And I need to close all of my.
Let me.
There's just.
Okay, I just put that in the comments. And actually, that would probably apply to the one above as well. Just I think we could just put in like a service desk ticket and say, "Hey, can you help us define what you mean by sub projects?"
Yeah, let's just create a ticket and ask them like, how would you interpret a sub project in relation to Flatcar? TBD, create a ticket to CNCF to help us understand what a sub project would mean for Flatcar. With the criteria. Yeah, I think we can move
on. So I did fill out a few of these. I don't know why. I think I was just getting prepped for the call. So I
So would it be these here?
Yeah, but I didn't know if we had the first one, the contributor ladder.
Yeah, so actually, personally, I think we do not. So
Matthew, do you know if we have something like that?
Well, what should we understand with contributor ladder?
Yeah, that's really a good question. Like, what we have is we have maintainers, contributors, and owners, essentially, in our GitHub.
I think so. Well, how I've seen it, and I feel like this was a thing that I saw with Helm. They have like how often you contribute, like, and how, like, if you haven't contributed in X amount of time, or I think it's frequency and length of, and I don't know how you guys define it, but maybe maybe even just the ones that you have is enough, just having those three. But is it anywhere? Is there a representation or documentation somewhere?
So that's really,
No,
personally, I just think it's kind of a mess, to be honest. So
I don't think so. Yeah, it's like more. If we see someone's becoming really active as a contributor, it could be promoted as a maintainer, but there is no big guidelines regarding this.
I mean, technically there is one. That's the becoming a maintainer section of the government.
Oh, yeah.
However, the ladder per se, I don't think it exists. I mean, there is a ladder on becoming a contributor, then becoming a maintainer. However, technically speaking, when it comes to our permissions settings, becoming a Flatcar maintainer that's it. The only like option to be above it is to be an owner of the actual organization, which here are the owners.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, it is mainly people, like it's mainly a setting on the GitHub org that is a leftover from Kinvolk. So for example, Vincent, Andrew, right, like those are right now managers and they don't really contribute, right? I mean, they have been part of Flatcar for years, but like, I don't think there's a way to become an owner, technically speaking, when it comes to our documentation.
But the thing is, let's look at the question here. It's more about the contributors specifically.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's not really talking about maintainers or path to maintainers. It's more, can you contribute in different roles in different ways? And how does that look? Also, this is suggested, so I'm not sure if we want to. Let's do this. I can actually look into other projects and see how this looks elsewhere, and let's table this, because I feel like, I'm not really.
I would just say not sure.
It's not sure, and I could also just spend a little time and look.
Yeah. My personal view is that we could really iterate on that, because like, be it just contributor ladder or maintainer ladder is really not like super clear to me, and if it is, it's super shallow kind of. So yeah. Okay, moving on. So clearly defined and discoverable process to submit issues or changes.
So I just put in like, so initially I had contributing link there, but how is this different, submitting issues than documentation? I thought that both of them were pretty much the same. I just put this link there because I was like, maybe it's this one. I'm not really sure, but it just in line 30, documentation of how to contribute. I feel like those are basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, because like even before that, we had a question also about contribution guidelines. Yeah. So it's kind of like, so in a certain way, from our perspective, it is asking the same question like 4 times. However, given questions from, for example, the OpenSSL badge, the way I understand it is some projects may not use GitHub or even Git. So, for example, they might have a repo and a way to contribute. However, there might simply be no issues board, for example. Right? So I guess this is mainly for those kinds of projects, like, for example, SVN, right? It's like this old alternative to Git. At least that is my ignorant understanding of it. And like, for example, they may self-host a SVN server that simply does not have an issues dashboard, for example, for a user to fill in, right?
Mm.
Hence the semi-multiplication of those questions just from a slightly different angle. So what I would do is I would just honestly copy these 3 issues here that we have. Those are for clarifying the ways in which you can contribute, and append it to your to your contributing here. Honestly, it is basically the same. So what I would say is, when we do finish those 3 issues, we can be certain that this is closed. And also, yeah, we should link like the issues board here. Like, that's it. That's what I would do. And I would put it as in progress, simply because I'm not sure if these 3 are needed. However, when we do finish them, and we have to anyway, we can be just absolutely sure it is finished. You guys know what I mean? Or did I?
This makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's go next one. Product must have and document at least one public communications channel for users and or contributors.
Yeah,
we do plenty. So yeah, kind of like you answered here.
Yeah, I put Slack and Matrix and
Matrix, YouTube, whatever. I mean, even now we're streaming, right? So like,
yeah.
And we have 29. No, sorry, we have 0 concurrent viewers. So that is
great. Thank God. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wait, is it not streaming my? Oh, no, it is. Okay. No. So it is streaming my screen.
If anybody watches this back.
Yeah, I don't know. But we had 2 viewers at some crazy point in time, so that's good.
Cool.
List and document all project communications, including sub-projects, mail lists, Slack, etc., and non-public communication channel, and what they.
Oh, that's not the right link. Sorry, I don't know why.
Yeah, but I think we do, right? So
yeah, it's in the main one. I don't know why I pasted this one. It's in the Flatcar project. Like if you go down, there's many times that it's listed actually. Like it's not.
You mean the README?
Yeah, it's just the GitHub Flatcar. If you go down, there's list and document all channels. There's a whole list of, and the same thing with the calendar. And actually,
I
don't know why.
So you should be able to like create a link to a
specific. I'm not.
You mean this here? This?
Yeah, but I just put can you just, there should be a link to chat, actually. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have it. Darn.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this here, I don't think we fulfill it.
Which one? The up-to-date?
I know there exists an issue with CNCF on their service desk about integrating our calendar into theirs. However, that has been left abandoned for quite some time, especially since Danielle.
Yeah.
So I can link it here. I don't be showing it on the stream maybe. So I'm gonna leave the link to it here, and basically we can, so that would be, yes, I think it's easy, and I guess it is, I would say blocked, because no, that's not blocked. Well, it's in progress, I guess. Okay, so let's go to requests, and there is a, there it is. This is the link here.
Okay.
Yeah, so their last message is basically that they are changing some stuff in their calendar setup, so we need to wait for them. So we need to check up on that. Oh, you did pay the ticket, right? Or
yeah, I have the ticket, and I'm actually meeting with Rian as well, so I could ask about this.
Which Jan?
Rian, the one that's on the ticket. I'm supposed to do an intro, so
okay.
I could put it on a little to do.
Cool. Can you see the ticket I pasted in here?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Yeah, okay. Which sometimes you can't. Which I'm glad that I could actually access it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I know it's buggy.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Documentation on how to contribute with increasing detail as their project matures. Honestly, this is again those 3 issues. We can just copy paste here again. So, oh, sorry, it's here. Yeah. So yeah, contribution like this here and these 3 here, and that's it. So that would be in progress, easy, and yes, it is applicable. Wow, we're almost done. Let's take a look. Okay. Demonstrate contributor activity and recruitment. Okay, I mean, I think we do. I'm not sure what they mean by demonstrate, personally.
I don't know, Matthew. Like with recruitment, like, is there like an activity around this, like a specific activity around recruitment?
I am not a big fan of recruitment here, but we can use the dev stats from the CNCF dev stats dashboard to show the new contributors, the diversity with the contributions. And
actually our booths at different conferences as well, that could be viewed, like just even FreshCon and KubeCon India. Like I feel like those can be used as technically demonstrating recruitment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we recently had a guy that talked to Siam at the KubeCon India, was it?
Yeah.
He did like file a few PRs. I remember his PRs.
Yeah. And I think we just have to demonstrate that there is recruitment opportunities, and like it's ongoing. And I think we're actually present at a lot of conferences annually.
Yeah.
So I think that I could actually pull like just even photos or where we've been, like our booths. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think that's pretty much same thing with Atlanta. Like this is done. I just need to maybe pull, because I think it's more visual recruitment. Yeah. So I could just pull some photos of us at booths. Is that fine?
I would
or do they want us to like maybe have like I can't imagine
add both.
They would want like a GitHub page for recruitment.
I would add both. I would add what Matthew wanted, as well like links to photos and so on, basically. So like, hey, here's us.
Stats is more about like just activity. It doesn't have like sorry, just the recruitment really.
Yeah, it's for the first part of the sentence. Like demonstrate contributor activity. It does not show the recruitment, but the recruitment would be covered by the things you mentioned.
Yeah. So here's the dev stats. Oh dear, sorry.
So let's
take a sip of water. Yeah. Does dev stats work on your side? To me, it's just spinning forever and ever.
Oh, I just pasted it. No.
Let's see.
I just pasted the link. Did I not?
It works.
Okay, it works. So it's on my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll link recruitment activities.
Yeah, like some pictures, whatever. Whatever.
And just we're like a list of events that we've been at, over the years. Where we had like it was specifically Flatcar, just even FreshCon and cons. Okay.
Can you do it now, and we can close the right here.
Let me just finish coughing because.
Yeah, take your time. I can see that like the amazing London air is,
Okay, let me
killing your lines.
Yeah.
Document project goals, objective, the projects, creation of the cloud things, Honestly, like the more I read those, I feel like I'm back at school. Kind of like demonstrate, objective, and illustrate. Like, uh, um, okay, so like take your time looking for it. And
Oh, sorry. It's going to take a little bit because I'm on like Twitter and Twitter's not uploading. I think it's going to actually take some time because I think for now I'm going to just put in which. Sorry, I didn't realize because I've been waiting.
Yeah, go ahead. So
to
link here,
yeah,
photos, etc.
link activities from FreshCon, from
Okay.
Custom. Actually, you know what?
No, I mean, don't worry. Like we can do it later. Like I just.
I mean, I am doing it now. It's just I don't know why my internet's so slow, or maybe like Twitter's just slow. And anyway,
Twitter is slow.
I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. Goals like this.
Actually, you know what? Instead of doing all that, I'm gonna just link. I'm linking right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna to our blogs because that's perfect. You know, here's the FOSDEM one.
Oh, shouldn't all events be documented in our flatcar.org/blog section?
Blog?
Yeah.
Not all of them are on there. I feel like we used to have them some places like every time that there, but I don't think that there's been a blog every time that there's been an event. I highly doubt it, but I don't know, Matthew. I would think that maybe you would.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Because it will be the same content every time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I knew that they did one for FOSDEM. That's why I pulled it out. But I don't even think that there was one for like KubeCon. I know that there was one in Copenhagen, I think.
Maybe the KCD or something like that. I don't know.
I'll look for a few other ones, but for now, let's just leave it. I think that right now we've demonstrated that there has been, even in this year, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna set it as to do, and the only thing I'm gonna add here is basically just add more links to pics.
Yeah, exactly. Because I need to scour the internet a little bit.
No worries about it. Okay, so the next one. Document project goals and objectives that illustrate project's differentiation in the cloud-native landscape. I mean, for us, that's kind of easy because we're like the only operating system. As well as outlines how this product fulfills an outstanding need and or solves a problem differently. Okay. This requirement, I mean, this should also be kind of easy, right? Like we're an immutable operating system. There's a few other ones, but like it seems to be its own category. This requirement may also be satisfied by completing a general technical review. Okay. So I would say like medium, and like so this should be to be determined because we're not yet sure about our general technical review. So what I'm gonna do is where was it?
Hold on, so
Review. Yeah, here. So I'm gonna, can I copy a link to a specific, copy link, get link to this range? I guess so. To be done, depends on the general technical review thingy and a link. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I think we're good with this one. Next, document what the project does. Okay, and why it does it, including viable cloud-native use cases. This requirement may also be satisfied by completing. Okay, so this is more or less the same thing.
yeah.
So there we go. So we're gonna set it as a yes and medium and also unknown. Okay. A journal ticket. Okay, so yeah, same here. So also is medium. Okay. Document and maintain a public roadmap or other forward-looking planning document or tracking mechanism. We do have one. So that would be an Flatcar projects, and here's our roadmap. Cool. So that's an easy one. Yes, it is easy, and it is already done. Cool. Document overview of project architecture and software design. That
You missed one.
Yeah, the roadmap change process is documented.
And the answer is no, I guess, because the roadmap basically is just opening an issue.
Yeah.
And then it's most of the time a big issue, big overview of something, but there is no process regarding the decision made on this issue. So
yes, that's correct. I mean, I guess it depends on what they mean by a process, right? I mean, kind of like I said, like for some projects, like you can imagine like a self-hosted UI-less Git instance of God knows where, server, right? And like for them, like a roadmap may be like, something they, like, you can imagine someone technically speaking, like, I don't know, having a roadmap on a whiteboard, right? So here I would just ask CNCF, is our roadmap enough as a process? What do you think?
yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
because like it costs zero work more or less to ask them, right? And if we don't have to do any work, that's just okay. Because like in my opinion, it's okay. So I would say unknown. Ask CNCF ticket.
and from a big picture, we can even say that it's documented because the project is community driven. So this is the process. If the community is happy with it, right, the change is accepted.
Yeah. I mean, in a certain way, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Document overview of project architecture design, demonstrate viable cloud-native use cases as part of the project documentation. This requirement may also be satisfied by completing a general technical review and capturing. Okay, so this is same here. So let's just set it as medium because I guess the general technical review is medium. Okay, and let's move on. Hey, we're almost done. Okay, so document the project's release process and guidelines publicly in a releases.md or equivalent file that defines. Do we have one? No, not. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have all those informations, but
I think it's kind of covered.
most of them are private because we do have a private document for the release. I think everything could be open, but for historical and legacy reasons, it's private.
Does it? But it doesn't say that it has to be public, does it? Oh yeah, publicly. Sorry,
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
But for example, the artifacts included in the release point, it's public and it's available for each release and on each Flatcar instance. But yeah, for the other steps, well, the release process actually, actually we could use the for each release we open a public issue, and the all public issue lists all the steps to create the release. So for example, for the current ongoing issue release, we open this issue. I just sent it in the chat, and here we explain what we need to do before making, well, what we need to do a release. So that's kind of a documentation.
Okay. So what I would say here is that we need to kind of iterate on creating a marketing document that is standalone, but also probably think through what should be publicly available, right? Because like in our case, our release process is like a part of our security, right?
Yeah.
That is much bigger than a normal kind of self-contained application is, right? Like, Docker, for example, right? This is just, I mean, I don't want to make it sound banal, but it is just a CLI app, right? Whereas for us, it's a service that still lives in the cloud and like gives you whatever you want and like whatnot, right? In terms of like updates and images. So this is to be done, and I would say we need to review our practices, and here's about this one. Example of issue of clients uses we need to create a doc, but also what should be public or not due to security of our infrastructure. Okay, so I'm going to create an issue for that. I feel like I clicked something. Yeah, I did. Okay. So yes, it applies to us. I would say it is. Not sure if it's medium or easy, to be honest.
Well, I would say it's medium because we don't know what to find when we are going to dig into this.
Create an issue for this. Yeah, so I'm gonna create an issue, and later we're gonna talk about like what has to be in there. Okay, so achieving OpenSF with silver or gold badge. So like I said, we almost have the passing one. Oh, I see I missed this one, but like, so this is really, if we have time before the application, right, we can just try to like do it, but like it's super crazy. Anyway, history of regular quality releases. Yeah, I think it's okay. Right, let's hear. I think it's enough.
Yeah, that's the whole point of using Flatcar actually.
What's the proof? Oh, it works. Yeah. So, okay, clearly defined and discoverable process to report security issues. I think we do have one.
Yeah, on the website and on GitHub.
Yeah. So on the website
there is a security tab.
So I would link those two. So thank you. Okay, so this here, and also if I recall correctly, we have .md, right? Yeah. So I will just link those two, and I think enough, isn't it? So yeah, easy and done. Okay.
Yay.
So enforcing access control rules to secure the code base. By the way, can you guys like hear the noise outside, or is it okay?
I didn't hear anything.
It's okay.
Enforcing access control rules to secure the code base against attacks, example two-factor authentication, enforcement, ACL tools. I think we do, right?
Yeah, and it's more or less in progress, for example, for the infra access, because we are refactoring the whole thing. But yeah, for the 2FA or stuff like that, it should be all right.
So what I would do is create a tracking issue. GitHub itself is bad infra needs.
Well, you can link the current issue for the infra refactoring.
Could you send me?
Yeah. I can't find my own issue.
What I discovered recently is that in this hamburger menu, if you go to issues, it like shows you issues, which I know sounds very obvious. However, it's not obvious in GitHub UI, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just share it, the issue.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, sounds good to me. I think we can move on. So this one I do not know. I know like Dongsu is frequently on security duty or whatever it's called, but apart from that, I don't know anything.
Security response flows and how reports are handled.
There is how to report on things on the Flatcar.
Yeah, I think we can provide the same links as we provide 2 lines above.
This
Yeah,
one, right?
Yeah. Because basically this is the same thing, and it's documented how it works.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Found them. Document. Yeah. So
and yeah, one sec. You could add this link as well. Yes, this one. It's for the security tracking duty.
Oh, okay.
So it explains how it works, what the maintainer is supposed to do for the security and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. So the next ones are the security self-assessment, basically. So these are basically the general tracker mentioning this whole section here. If we did fulfill it, and this is supposed to be kind of left for last.
Yeah.
So we fulfill everything here, then we move to basically this one, so we can check.
The next 3 basically are because the 46 is as well dependent on the third party security review.
So I'm just gonna card and like to do, because this has to be left for last, right? Because our infrastructure changes, so we basically have to do it like when it stabilizes or as late as possible in order to like capture the whatever. Passing batch. Okay, so this is
progress.
Almost done. And I can link one thing here that tracks it. Where was? Oh, Tilo. Hey.
Hey.
Where is it?
Joining for BO o'clock.
All right, it's like 5:30.
Yeah.
I wish. Your clock is 7:30 tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot find my own issue.
Which one are you looking for?
For the one that references what's left in order to fulfill the OpenSSF badge.
It's right there. The fourth one down.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I am way too dyslexic for this UI.
You're doing great.
Years of training.
Okay.
Okay, so this is like in progress, but it should be easy. I mean, even Cyan left like a few URLs from checkout of basically, yeah, we just need to compile like a small doc, so that should be easy. Okay, so and the next one is publicly documented list of adopters, which may include their adoption level training. Okay, so that will be our website.
Yeah.
We have that. Yay.
Yep.
It's not just on the website. We actually have adopted
We have a doc, right? Sorry.
Perfect. Okay.
Copying to highlight. That didn't. Oh, there we go. Okay, and also thanks, Tilo.
You're welcome.
Okay. So
was one of Danielle's pet peeves to ask folks who were visiting our booth at a number of conferences to just add themselves to the adopters, please.
I'm gonna copy it here. Okay, so I just have these ones left. The project provided the TOC with a list of adopters for verification of use of the project at a level expected.
Has this been done for incubation? Or I with the other projects, they usually put it into the proposal, from what I noticed. Right, they have the adopters at the top, or at least this one does.
We had it in the incubation due diligence doc, even with a few interviews done by CNCF folks.
That would be this here, right?
Yeah, but I think it would have to be re-verified anyway.
That's true.
But if there's a list, we could just attach it.
Oh, there it is.
Or update it.
This is a very nice, almost square of X plot. And hopefully it doesn't look like this.
Yeah, that really sounds like the interviews we did for incubation. So that's just another round of interviews. That's fine.
So those interviews would be with adopters, or?
Correct. The technical oversee committee actually determined members of that committee to go out and do these interviews. And so that happened in incubation. And so maybe they accept that. Maybe they wanna have another round. In either case, it should be easy to line this up. I think the challenge back in the day was to just keep polling talk members to actually do the interview, and after they've done the interview, to actually put the interview results in the due diligence doc. That took months.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this here, kind of copy twice, and I'm gonna set it as hard in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would be to do.
Correct.
Okay, refer to the adoption portion of this document. I guess like sum up our adoption stuff here. Is that what they mean? I mean, I guess like it's gonna look different in the actual Markdown form. Adoption. Let's see. Security and system adoption. There we go.
Oh, that's just a list of adopters. Right? Oh, there you go.
I think this could be merged, to be honest, because I don't think I did a good job of.
Yeah, I think that's just one item.
Yeah.
The title.
So this here can be deleted. There we go. And honestly, this kind of is the same issue, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Holy moly! 2 minutes.
Oh, Fox, you made it.
Wow, we were.
So we made it through page 1 of 12, right? Joking.
No, but we actually, I mean, I am very surprised how well I eyeballed the time for the meeting. But it worked well, very well. Okay.
Amazing, Fox. Good job.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna create maybe on Monday, just to make sure I'm thinking clearly. I'm gonna create all of the needed issues that are mentioned as TBD here and link them back here and to the Flatcar product board that we have. So basically, which I will later mention on a matrix, that basically means like if anyone wants to pick up work and that is the result of our triage here, it's going to be easy for them to do so. And for me and Lexi, I guess what is left to do apart from that is filing a few tickets to CNCF.
And just
like the calendar stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I just put some notes, and also we need to maybe put in some service desk tickets for like to define the sub project.
Yeah.
So I think what we should do, because we've done this, well, you guys have done a marathon for 3 hours. Let's actually like review all this, me and you, Jan, and then like kind of make subtasks.
Yeah, I agree.
Tasks, you know, so because there's going to be needing to be some tickets created, service desk tickets, GitHub, and a few other items. So I think, and maybe just assigning different folks to different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it's best maybe for people to like pick it up if they want to, right? But I feel like there's certainly going to be people that know more about certain things here than others. Yeah, okay. So Lexi and I are gonna sync later when it comes to the tickets and all that. And for now, I think I'm gonna try to end this stream. So thank you all. And how do I do it? Oh, okay, I got it.